Okay, good morning everyone. This is the Galaxy Z Fold7. Yes, I have already unboxed it. Here it is in blue shadow color. One thing that I didn't point out is that this part of the box will actually show you what color that you're getting. So that's a unique thing. So the Galaxy Z Fold7, as you can see, it's really slim, and we are gonna do the gaming test, but I have some reservations because of the thinness. I am very worried about the thermal performance. So let's just go on with the specs first. As you can see here, the specs is pretty straightforward. So Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy. As you can see here, you have two big cores at 4.47 gigahertz clock speed. Actually not big cores, the prime cores they call it, and 6 more of them are 3.53 gigahertz. So okay, battery, as you can see, still 4400 milliampere hour. So okay, I'm gonna test the battery life later, so do check out our full review on that as well. As for the RAM, we have 12 gigs of them at LPDDR5X, okay, and we're using the 256 gigs version of the Z Fold7. So I have already set up the V-Tool scene, but I am also gonna turn on PerfZ. You shouldn't turn on both of them together, but the reason why I'm turning both of them on is because I can see a lot more details when we're playing the game. There we go, we got everything turned on. And now I will also show you some of the special features that this phone has. So if you jump into Gaming Hub, you can go into Game Booster. You can see there's the Pause USB PD charging when gaming. So I'm just gonna connect the Z Fold7 to my Ugreen power bank to show you that yes, this phone does indeed have the battery bypass feature. If you want to learn more about this power bank, then do check out our link down in the description below. It's a very handy power bank, and it is also available in a few different shapes and sizes, and they are all practically the same. It's just different size. So if we plug it in, you can see the option lights up, and then we can press on it, and now it will bypass the battery when we are playing a game. And one thing that I want to do is to remember to do this game optimization. You should turn it to performance to get the best performance possible and also the highest render resolution possible. You can customize it individually, so if you go into here, game optimization, performance, and then you can also set the screen resolution to absolute maximum or a bit lower, but that will just change the render resolution. So I'm not gonna do all of that, as I'm just gonna rely on this one performance setting. Now before we start the game, I just want to show you that you actually have all of these features. So you can see that you have a touch booster that increases your touch sensitivity, and then you also have block auto brightness, which is very important because our gaming test here, it does change the brightness levels a bit. And then you have the block Bixby option here, so you don't accidentally trigger it by saying something. And pop-up apps. Now this is exciting because in the new One UI 8 for the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7, you can just do this, press YouTube, and then all of a sudden you get YouTube here, and you can start searching for video guides and whatnot, and play your game at the background. If you have a controller like this one, then it's even better. You can just let it run in the background and, you know, play some video here and also play a game here. That's how it works. And also you have this feature. If you hold this, then you can do circle to search while you're in the game. So this is handy. As you can see, it immediately found some details about her. So okay, that's nice. Now let's begin with the gaming test. Whoops, wrong menu. As you can see, we're playing it at the absolute highest graphical settings to see how it will perform, and that's about it. I'll be using my controller as well, which is the GameSir Cyclone T4 or something like that. I can't remember the name. So let's begin. I have not played Genshin for quite some time, so I really don't know what to do. Oh god. One thing I have to say though, despite not having the highest render resolution, the game still looks very good. Not sure what kind of magic Samsung is doing here. As far as I know, there is no upscaler, at least not yet. So how do they make it look good? You see, render resolution 1310 by 1181. Still looks so good. Whoops. Because this is the only team that I have that can defeat that boss, and it's actually well built. She's here as emotional support when the boss starts doing all the ice BS. Oh my god, she needs healing.
Performance has yet to conclude. I dance for you, my dear. Settle down. Just dance, my dearest. Try to remember the steps this time.
Ouch! Yeah, this is the only reason why I bring her here. Bye. Wow. Okay, with that done, I'm surprised that we're still running at 60 FPS. Usually some of the other phones will start suffering. So the power consumption is around 4-ish watts. Temperature is slowly rising. We are not even at 40 degrees yet. That's actually quite impressive it can last that long, because I've been in the game for like nearly 20 minutes at this point. So since we're here, might as well farm the other boss, right? I hate this boss, by the way, but we still gotta farm it. I know some comments say you should use the MC. I forgot what's the name of the MC. Yeah, the MC, the main character, to fight this boss, but seriously, you want me to change my MC from grass element to this, change all of the artifacts just to fight one boss? No thank you. Oh no, not enough energy. Oh, it's a bad idea to use the ulti on this thing. Why? I thought I did it. Iframe B. I have to censor myself from saying that word. I can't reach. Stop flying around. I hate this boss so much. A slither of health. Oh. Her big booty can crush him. Nice. Okay, with that done, not sure what else we should do. I know where we should go. We should go explore the mountain. I'll just start the recording because I think this is a good place to do that. I'm sure we have a lot of things to find here. Well, that's a good start. I can't reach that thing. Maybe, just maybe. Oh, I can do this here. How do I close this?
Running late again. Let's light it up. Quick as a flash. It's just 6 o'clock. Yeah! Arrow incoming. Too strong. It's just 6 o'clock. Yeah.
Boy, don't roast yourself. Oh yo, why they take the camera control away from me at that moment? See, now I've dropped back to the ground because they took the camera control away from me. Why is this game so frustrating? Now how am I supposed to get the bomb? Game Design 101. I'm not reading that. Now I'm stuck.
Stop right there. Control breathing. Yeah, boost. By my spark, the night burns. Arrow incoming. Headbutt. Kapow!
See, you run into the laser, nice.
Let's light it up. Stronger. Charge! Why me?
Why did you run off there? S controls.
Drop your weapons. That's gonna hurt in the morning. Everybody stand back. Control breathing.
Where? Hey, don't attack my treasure.
Stand.
Now I know what happens.
The arc of justice.
Oh, the light comes from above as well. So I need to keep on moving. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop it here. I've been in the game for like half an hour already. I know there's one YouTube comment that asked me to, try this for half an hour. There you go. Unintentionally tested it for half an hour. The frame rate is very, 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 very stable. The temperature, as you can see there, 40 something degrees Celsius only, not even 41, which is impressive. I mean, it's partially blocked by this the GPU watch thing, but from what I can see here, it consumes around 4-ish watts, 40.9 degrees Celsius, and the frame rate has been very consistently 50-ish throughout the entire gameplay. There were some dips here and there, but overall, very, very good. I'm not sure what kind of magic Samsung did here because I was very afraid that the performance of this phone will be very limited because it's such a thin body, hence it will thermal throttle, but surprisingly no, it still runs very well. So let me take the temperature right now because I want to know how the heat spreads across this device. Okay, so you can see all the heat is at the corner here, which is near the camera bump. That is to be expected because this is where the, what's that thing again, the chipset is located, because the entire motherboard is quite small, and we can see the surface temperature is only like what, 44 degrees Celsius, 45. Okay, that means it should be quite warm to the touch. It is indeed quite warm to the touch. And everything else, I'll just show you a picture on the screen here. Everything else remains quite okay in terms of temperature. As you can see, the temperature is also split into two parts. So the top half that I'm showing here is where the motherboard and whatnot is located, and the bottom half is where the cover display is located. So the one hot spot on the screen is directly at the camera bump. It's not really particularly that hot, but it is warm. So now I'll show you the picture of the back, and the hotspot is also only at around 40-ish degrees Celsius. So overall, the gaming performance is surprisingly good. I thought it would be horrible because the other foldable device that we tried recently, which is also quite thin, as thin as the Z Fold7 if I'm not wrong, that one had terrible gaming performance, but this one just surprised me a lot. So let's move on to the next game because I've been in Genshin Impact for way too long. For Zenless Zone 0, I'm gonna go all of the highest settings possible as shown on the screen here. So let's move on and see how things go. I think it would be quite stuttery because, as you can see, the render resolution is at 1872 by 1687. Much higher compared to what we had on Genshin Impact. Okay, Zenless Zone 0, as we can see, this new area here, it runs surprisingly well, honestly. It's better than some of the other high-end phones that I've tested. Do keep note that this area here is very not optimized for a lot of devices because whatever device that I'm playing with, this area lags. I mean, if we're getting around 30 FPS at this kind of render resolution, I'm okay with it. But the real test begins when we head into the flower boss, and as you can see, the interface is still 16 by 9 even for the foldable device like this. I'm having a bit of a brain fart here because I didn't get enough sleep. I slept at nearly 4 AM. Then I woke up quite early as well. So flower boss, same team. This is gonna be the real test because usually all the phones just don't perform well when it comes to this particular fight. Okay, no shader caching, that's actually very good. Oh, what was that? Oh my god. That really threw me off.
And the winner is me! It's over. Purging slash! My blade. Bang on!
There we go, that's where the frame drops start to happen. What's the temperature we're at now?
Shadowless blade.
You know what, the temperature is actually not that bad. So that was a frame dip out of nowhere. Nothing caused it, it's just game problem. Oh my god, those flies. Mmm.
My blade is already shaped. Victory, the only option. It's time.
Oh my god, I hate this pose so much.
No forgiveness. The cold is silent. Watch out. Weakling.
Bernice, where are you burning?
My blade is already shit. I swear on my blade. It's over.
There we go. Surprisingly, it didn't thermal throttle. There were frame dips here and there. I think that is trying to prevent it from thermal throttling, which, if it is, it's kind of brilliant, because if it just dips a bit and then it can prevent like a permanent frame drop, then that's an interesting implementation of thermal throttling. For COD Mobile, the amount of settings available here is quite good. So you can see, wow, there are lots of things on the screen. You can go, what is this again? Max, but max frame rate. What is max frame rate again? I have no idea what is max frame rate, but I'm gonna go ultra, which means you have to drop down to medium graphical quality. And here are all of the other settings we're using. Super resolution is important because it will run the game at the native resolution of 2192 by 1968. Okay, that's very high actually. And you also have the option to turn on variable rate shading. I'm gonna just turn it off because this game is not that demanding. And then I can copy these settings to all of the other modes as well, but I'm just gonna play in a multiplayer mode. I mean, PUBG Mobile, not PUBG Mobile, COD Mobile is not really that demanding, so whatever mode you play it in, any modern phones can handle it, so no problems there. I'm still gonna showcase it in the multiplayer mode because why not?
Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint is ours. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested. Hostiles have a hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down.
Oh, joysticks is a bit too sensitive.
Friendly shock RC is coming. Enemy contact! Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint is ours. Hardpoint is tested. Hardpoint is tested. Friendly shock RC is ready. Friendly shock RC is coming. Hardpoint is tested.
Why are they queuing up for me to shoot?
Sentry gun deployed. Enemy contact! Stealth chopper awaiting orders. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint contested.
Ah,
We've taken the lead. Hardpoint is ours. Let's go.
oh yo.
Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint con- Enemy down! Enemy contact!
Thumbstick's way too sensitive.
The objective. Hardpoint contested.
Okay, there we go. I forgot to record the frame rate. What? But it was 120 FPS throughout the entire gameplay. Render resolution is at the highest, so no problems throughout the entire game. It stays simple on Wuthering Waves. So, as you can see, render resolution 2148 by 1968, really high. And the settings that I'm using, I tried this game before I actually filmed this gaming test. So, we have to use high resolution. We cannot use the highest, but everything else we can use at the highest with the auto FPS turned off. Frame generation is something that I will turn off as well because this is very bad. I don't know how to describe it, but I'll show you some footage on the screen here. It increases the frame time a lot. Even though it looks to be very smooth, it's actually very choppy in terms of the motion. So no thank you, no frame generation. And as you can see here, it reports to be around like 30-ish FPS, 30, nearly 40. But in actuality, it is actually very smooth and responsive. So I'll just do some dailies here and see how things go. Not sure what I need to farm though.
I alone will decide whether it's for sure or
Okay, this part is where the slowness start to happen. Hey boys, I have not even unlocked this domain yet. I don't know what's it called. Domain, your farming location, yeah. After the farming is complete, I think we should go to the new area and see how the phone performs. It says 30 something FPS, but it's actually like 40 something. I can feel like it's very smooth, unlike any other phone's 30 FPS. I mean other games. Yeah, I changed the weapon skin. Hey. The dragons. Wow, the lag is really starting to get serious in this particular menu. No idea why the menu is more laggy than the outside place. But it's better here. Weird. So we'll start recording, change to the wing, and we'll start flying around. No sleeping, fight. That auto aim is insane.
Quickly and swiftly.
Overall frame rate is pretty steady. We're getting like around 30 something, which is impressive because so far I have no signs of thermal throttling at all, as in this severe thermal throttling that we used to feel. In Zenless Zone 0 we do kind of have that, but it's not the sudden permanent frame drop. It's like dropping a bit and then go back to the original frame rate and whatnot. Yeah, so far the gaming experience on the Z Fold7 is surprisingly good. Temperature, okay, what's the temperature now? I saw it was like 41 point something. 41.9 was it? 41 on the dot. It's surprising because so far, yeah, the thermals doesn't seem to be increasing as well, and this is a very thin device, so practically no space for Samsung to put a cooling system, a beefy cooling system or whatnot, but still managed to perform real well. Seriously, what kind of magic Samsung is doing here? It could be just that their tuning is real good for the chipset. If you want to watch more about tuning, I'll leave a link down in the description below as well, because that's a very important topic that no one's talking about. Boy, why is your... I've also been in this game for quite some time, so let me just teleport to the city before we end the gaming test. The city is usually very consuming in terms of power. I mean, graphically demanding. Oh, my brain is not working that well. Let's fly around. Mobility in this game is so good. Oh my god. I can't believe I just flew from there to here. Yeah, overall frame rate is consistent. If we lower the graphical settings more, then of course we're gonna get higher frame rates, but we're using pretty high graphical quality right now. and yet we're still getting around 30 FPS most of the time, as in like really most 99% of the time. Still works well. I'm surprised. Now it's time for good old PUBG, and I have to play it with my hands because it doesn't support controller at all. So if we head into the graphical settings, it's still very bad. So as you can see here, Ultra Extreme is what we get. Okay, let's just go with this.
I got supplies. Form up on me.
What is that?
Bring up voice
I still
chat.
can't believe how thin this phone is.
Bring up voice chat.
When you hold up on your hands, then you feel how thin this phone really is. Oh my god, the game elements, the UI element, I did not rearrange it for the foldable, so the layout is weird. Where? Oh my god, the button locations. This is why campers win. So yeah, PUBG Mobile, 120 FPS, no problems at all. To be expected. I mean, if PUBG allows us to go like maybe HDR graphics with 120 FPS, a lot of phones will handle it no problems as well. It's just that this game just doesn't let you turn up the settings. And the render resolution is going to be confusing because I think V-Tool Scene is going to pick up 720p, but the GPU Watch is reporting it at 1192 by 1080. So okay, let's see during the analysis part. As for War Thunder, we are just here to test the ray tracing capability. I'm turning everything to the absolute maximum. We can use the what's this thing called again? Snapdragon Game Super Resolution. Yeah, that's the name. But since we have done all the previous tests using TAA, traditional anti-aliasing, I'll just use the same setting instead. What the heck are you doing? Bro, the field of view is really not good for this phone. it's way too close to the tank. Power consumption is real high though. We're taking in nearly 6 watts, 7 watts now. Okay. Woof. One shot and I'm dead. Yay. Yeah, that's it for War Thunder Mobile. Overall frame rate is also surprisingly good, so no complaints there either. Now let's also take a look at Fortnite. And here are all of the settings that we're gonna use. We can turn up to 90 FPS with all of these settings. So let's go into a game. Why you deploy so fast? Yeah, Fortnite really not demanding at all. You can see CPU, GPU utilization very low. What? So yeah, Fortnite has no issues at all. The game optimization isn't exactly the best, it doesn't look the best either. And the CPU GPU utilization never hits anywhere near 80%. So yeah, it's not gonna be a problem if you wanna play this game on this phone. Render resolution 1448 by 1336, not the highest, but there you go. Now that we're done with that, let's take a look at the analysis part first. So if we take a look at this, Genshin Impact render resolution 1310 by 1181, quite low, but the frame rate that we are getting is actually very consistent, again around 50 average. So we can see that the frame rate rarely drops below 40, and most of the time it's hovering at about 50-ish. So temperature maximum 41.1 degrees Celsius, very low. No idea how Samsung managed to do it. My room is actually 28 degrees Celsius right now, so okay. Power consumption 4.62 watts, and frame times are looking real good as well. So there you go. I played Genshin Impact for a very long time, by the way. How do I see the time again? It's outside here, right? 20 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay, for Zenless Zone 0, 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Render resolution is a lot higher than Genshin Impact. 1872 by 1687. Average power consumption more or less the same. Maximum temperature less than 40 degrees Celsius. Surprising. And the minimum frame rate is quite low, because when it dips quite low as well. I was seeing somewhere around like single digit 7 FPS if I'm not wrong for a short while when it dips to this area here, but most of the time it's hovering around 30, which is actually very commendable given that we are playing it at the absolute highest graphical settings. So we can see the CPU was not bottlenecking at all, it's the GPU that's the bottleneck. So that's the power, okay, real good. For Wuthering Waves, okay, Wuthering Waves is an interesting one because the beginning part I was farming materials, and then I finally started recording when I was flying around and doing some other stuff. So we can see render resolution 2184 by 1968, really high. We are not playing it at the absolute highest graphical settings, but we just turned the resolution down to high, I think, not ultra high, just high. And that yields a very good frame rate as well. It was at around 30 average as well. So yeah, I'm surprised. It runs really well. The temperature is also very low, 41.1 degrees Celsius at most. Okay. And then for COD Mobile, I forgot to record the frame rate, but it's consistently 120 FPS, so no problems there as well. And then for PUBG Mobile, we can see 3.61 watts, really low power consumption, 120 FPS consistently, no problems there. For War Thunder Mobile, it does jump around from 120 to 90 and then go back up to 120. Kind of weird, but overall, very good gameplay. The power consumption is a lot higher than what we had earlier, so 5.64 watts, probably due to ray tracing, but yeah, that's what we get. Okay, and for Fortnite is what you have seen just now. So overall, I just gotta say, Samsung did a magnificent job tuning the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy for the Galaxy Z Fold7. The performance, the gaming performance of all of the games that we've tested here, all of these games including Fortnite, it runs magnificently well on this phone. Of course, the render resolution is weird because this phone's aspect ratio is weird when you unfold it, so the game has to adapt to that render resolution, and that's why it's some of the field of view in the games like Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone 0, kind of weird, but it works. And you can see how thin this phone is, and yet heat is not an issue. Samsung managed to tune the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy very well for this phone. It runs all of the games perfectly fine, so I'm actually very excited. And in a way, I think Samsung learned a lot from the S25 Ultra, because this phone, the Snapdragon 8 Elite 4 Galaxy chip in this phone was tuned to be way too aggressive, and it always received way too much power and then thermal throttle itself to oblivion. But this phone though, Samsung managed to balance out to the point that I think the Galaxy Z Fold7, the gaming experience is just one of a kind, especially with that big screen. So yeah, if you have any other questions regarding the Galaxy Z Fold7 alongside its gaming performance and whatnot, do leave them down in the comment section below. We will have a full review for this phone coming soon. I will split it into a technical review first and then all of my personal opinions in yet another video, because I think that would be much clearer, because if I lump everything into one video it will be way too long. And yeah, remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. I'm impressed by this phone. Yeah, if you're curious about the battery life, let me show you, okay? So you can see I played the game from somewhere like 1 something PM until now it's like 4:30 PM. So the battery has gone down from 100% to 46%. So is it going to be an issue in terms of the battery capacity? I don't think so. Imagine we're playing games with such high power, and as in like mostly at the highest graphical settings when unfolded, and power consumption, I would say not really that drastic. So yeah, again, remember to like and subscribe. See you guys in the full review.